Welcome, spooks and ghouls. It is that fucking day. Shut the fuck up. We're going with it. It is that fucking day. Halloween.
Spooky,
I don't know what's going on with my fucking hand. That's incredibly insensitive. And now we're gonna get.
What are you talking
Mario
about?
Bros.
I am dressed as a mob boss right now, so I mean it kind of goes with the character.
On.
No, I don't. The viewers don't know I'm not wearing any pants, but now they do. Now they know I just got my bare butt on my chair. Could you imagine
balls just full
the
on
whole time
ironing the chair, huh?
We're just playing games later, and I get up out of the chair, walk off. Oh, time! Oh, sorry, I forgot my camera was on.
These are going on the Patreon.
Ooh. Put me on Feet Finder.
One.
No, we don't have one.
Why am I putting your bare ass on Feet Finder?
So they get a little treat. They'll be like, "Oh, look at these tootsins. Look at these toesies.
Oh my God, that's a man ass.
That's a man ass. Straight dude ass up in here." Is that Slurm or Surge? Your cup. No. What is that?
Oh, that's from.
Oh, Homex. Okay. It looked like a can of Slurm from Futurama.
No.
Wimmy wham wham wazzle.
Can I just say, dude ass is like one of my favorite things to say. I fucking love just saying it. Yo, that's some dude ass. You have to say it in a fun way too.
You
like, you can't just
you have to add that
hey,
weird
that's
inflection.
Some
Yeah. So we'll address the elephant in the room for everybody that's tuning in tonight. Our other esteemed co-host Hunter is not here with us today. We
sacrificed him to the Halloween gods.
Yeah, that way we can be bestowed with unlimited amount of Reese's and Reese's Pieces tomorrow or today. So we'll look forward to that. No, all joking aside, he had to work, so he couldn't be here with us today. And
he actually just behind the scenes scared the fucking piss out of me.
That was so good.
So backstory, we've been talking about like ghost stories all month. I've been watching like all these ghost hunting videos and shit. And then last night I downloaded these apps that are supposedly like well reviewed and everything, like ghost hunting apps. Now I'm not saying like it's 100% legit and all that, right? Like I'm not trying to praise that. But I am saying the minute I fucking turned that shit on, I got like abused and then a name, which the name was Roy, out of nowhere.
That's
and then
my grandpa's name.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yeah, my grandpa's name's Roy.
And then while on the call with my friend Sage, he's like, "Hey, you should ask it a question." Like we're fucking around. And I'm like, "No." And he goes, "Come on, don't be a bitch. Ask the question." And so I asked the question, and like it was like a kind of like a mock spirit box, and it goes, "Hello," and I said, "I'm trying to go to bed right now, man. It's 10:30 at night, and now I'm thinking my fucking house is haunted," which I've had shit happen in this house before. But long story short, I had to turn the TV on, and I'm sitting behind here, which my bedroom door is right there. And I'm talking shit to Ty, but I don't have my headphones on, and I feel the door, which I know very blatantly I closed, is like just open enough, like where it's unnatural. Like you know how like when you see like ghost videos and shit, like it doesn't just like open. No, 9 times out of 10, it like opens at very like slow like and unnaturally like shit. Yeah, and that's what it was doing. Now, keep in mind, I thought Hunter already left for work. So I thought I was alone in the house. So my first instinct was, why the fuck is my door opening? And not to mention, I feel the cold air coming through the opening, and I'm freaking the fuck out. And then I look, and it's just Hunter standing there. I nearly screamed.
You did scream. You're
Did I?
what the fuck?
Oh, well, I screamed because it scared the piss out of me. I almost, like, it is not an exaggeration to say I almost shit my pants. My sphincter lost control for a split second.
I gotta say, with how you have your hood on, it almost looks like a wig to where you almost look like Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows. The most devious bastard in New York City.
I love that, man.
That show's so good. I'm so sad that it's over. But it was so
over?
good.
I need to find a place where I can watch it.
Well, you got to watch the movie first. The movie from I forget. I think 1999 is when it came out.
Does it have Matt Berry in it?
I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen the movie that I can't remember. But the TV
I'm only
shows
watching
on
that
FX.
show for him.
Oh no, you got to watch it for the show itself because it's like Jersey Shore meets Victorian vampires in the modern age. It's so good. The movie has I'm gonna pronounce his name wrong. Taika Waititi, the guy that directed Thor Ragnarok, he's in it, and it's so funny. I just saw, we were looking through scary movies and stuff last night, and I saw it on there, and Pee Wee kept asking, "Oh, what's this movie about? What's this one about? What's this one about?" And I kept explaining to her, which I probably shouldn't have explained to her what Silence of the Lambs is and all that other shit, but she wanted to know.
At least it wasn't The Hills Have Thighs.
Did I tell that story on here? I think I did.
I think I did.
Oh, yeah. Because I remember I asked, have you guys ever been caught? And that was what spawned that. Okay. But yeah, we were looking at scary movies and going over all of them, and I didn't realize how many of them I've actually seen. Like, it's kind of weird that,
dude, I'm disappointed.
Most movies I've seen are horror movies.
This year, usually me and Hunter do like at least one scary movie a night from October 1st to October 31st. I don't think we've watched one single scary movie. Like, we've been watching our ghost videos and shit. Like, we've been still watching spooky shit. But, like, we were supposed to watch Trick or Treat. We haven't watched Trick or Treat. Because Hunter wanted to make that, like, a yearly thing where we watch Trick or Treat. Which I'm down. I guess I can't say that. Like, I was gonna say I don't understand how someone can watch the same movie every fucking year. But I guess I do that with Nightmare Before Christmas and Harry Potter.
Yeah. I mean, I do it with Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Hobbit. I do it with all kinds of movies.
I need to sit down because I've given up on family movie night. I need to just watch the fucking Hobbits because I haven't seen them, and I need to finish the Lord of the Rings because I'm convinced I have not finished Return of the King.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I probably have, but I just don't remember the end. And so I need to just watch them. But yeah, we haven't watched Trick or Treat, but I was gonna say I don't know if I could actually watch that movie like every fucking year. But then again, I really
as long
love
as
that
you aren't
movie.
watching it like in February or something, and
True,
then turn around and watch it again.
I guess me and Hunter still have time. We could go watch it tomorrow on Halloween. So maybe that's what we'll do. Is me and Hunter will just make that a tradition, like watch Trick or Treat every year on Halloween.
We've been we haven't watched a lot of scary movies only because Pee Wee doesn't like scary movies, and obviously, I mean, she's fucking a child.
What's worse than a rapist?
A child. No. But it's so we've been trying to do like watch other stuff. And like I've mentioned on here before.
Hold on, time out. She loves Nuke's Top 5, but doesn't like scary movies.
Dude, that's what I said in the last episode. Yes, I don't understand it. We turned on Meat Canyon's new video last night where he went ghost hunting with Wendigoon and Moist Critical at like Tampa Bay University or something. He was taking the piss out of the whole thing, turning it into a joke. But she was losing her mind and was too scared because of the intro of the video. He was like making fun of Zach Baggins' fucking ghost adventures or whatever. And she was terrified. She thought too scary. And I'm all, how is it you're scared of this, but you want to watch Nuke's Top 5 right now? What is happening? Because he just dropped a new video too. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense, kid. This is a joke video. It's not even scary.
I'm going to say this. This is going to be a hot take. This is my Halloween hot take. Kids don't know what the fuck they want. Like,
no.
I'm convinced they're just making like a spectacle just to have a spectacle. And I think that's what pisses me off so much about kids.
Jesus Christ. I hope to God you don't become a dad in the next year then. Jesus.
No. Like here, I don't know. Here's the thing. Like, if I had a child, obviously I would have a different mentality, right? Like, because it's my kid.
Yeah.
But as I stand right now, and obviously most of this is a joke for the bit. But what the fuck? Like, I don't have the patience.
It's not
to
a
be
joke.
Like, yo,
that's 100% reality. As a parent, I can say I ask myself, what the fuck when it comes to stuff that Pee-wee says or does.
Yeah, but I
day.
don't know that I have like the self-control to not just look at my child and be like, what the actual fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, I've asked her, like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on right now? Like,
what are you doing
what's
with
the
your
point
life?
of this? What is the point of this?
That's the other thing. I don't want to, as a father, like look at my 3-year-old and just be like, what are you doing with your life? And then make my 3-year-old have an existential crisis at 3.
Yeah, they just start filing their taxes and applying for colleges and grants and loans and
fuck
shit.
that. Don't start filing your taxes. I need to claim you. I need the tax break.
Oh shit. No, it's funny at this point. It's not even frustrating just because of how often it happens. It's just funny. But to cater to her not wanting to watch scary movies with us, and like I said on here, and I've told you guys, I got Lindsay to start One Piece from the beginning with me over again, and I started watching it with her from the beginning. And we just got to Thriller Bark, and she turned and looked at me and goes, "This is awesome. We're watching like the One Piece Halloween special during October. This is all." I'm like, yeah, it's the perfect time. She just got to Usopp and Perona. I naturally have a negative personality. And she just started dying. But she agrees that the funniest thing in all of One Piece so far for her is Luffy just pushing the zombie back in the grave. She laughed for like 10 minutes, dude. I had to pause the episode. Scene. But yeah, we just been watching that. We watch little scary videos and stuff here and there on TikTok or whatever when we have the time.
Here's another hot take. Sorry, I'm just kind of focused on this. I feel like I'd have the mentality of if I want to watch a scary movie in Halloween, like, because this is kind of how I was raised too, I think.
Go to the other room.
This is go the fuck in the other room, or you're watching the scary movie. Make up your mind. The only difference is I never had the option to like watch the scary movie. I was go in the other room. We're watching an adult movie, and I don't mean adult movie as in a porno. Like I wasn't even allowed to watch like Lord of the Rings when I was younger.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I think because like they were rated R, weren't they? Or
no,
at least 2 and 3 were.
No, they're PG-13. There's no blood.
There's no way, because I know in like one of the movies they're lobbing decapitated heads.
Yeah, but there's no blood. That's how they got away with certain things for the PG-13 rating to have fantasy violence, and there's
I'm not gonna lie.
Blood and
the rating doesn't make any sense to me.
No, the ERB. That's video game ratings.
That's video games.
But the ratings for movies and stuff doesn't makes sense to me.
Like, you can say one F word in a PG-13 movie, otherwise it goes to rated R, but you can show decapitated heads. Huh?
Yeah,
Make it
but
make
they're
sense.
orcs and they're not real.
That's racist? Speciesist?
No, because they don't exist. They hold on a
You
minute.
just see an orc walk behind here. Wow, Ty, get better.
Oh shit! I didn't know he was there.
I just look at you. I didn't either.
Sorry, Ugg Thug. Didn't mean to offend you.
Ugg Thug.
That's like the names in Lord of the Rings. Like when you read the books and it
Yeah.
has like the conversation between the orcs, they have like goofy orc names like that.
By the way, just to point this out, this is what happens when you get just me and Ty in a room together.
Yeah,
We just go on tangents forever.
yeah.
So good luck with this Halloween episode.
It's spoopy. We got spoopy
It's spoopy.
decorations. I'm in my Halloween costume. It Alex looks like a nun, or he's wearing a wig.
Dominic.
we're here for the spoops. But I've been listening to a lot of Scared to Death too. This month I was able to get finally caught up to.
I'm watching the episode they just released this week, or listening to it, because I listened to it when I opened the store. Some of my coworkers hate it. Some love it.
I'm in a love-hate relationship with it because I love the stories that Dan tells at the beginning. I love all of those. And I have
Lindsay's are always hit or miss.
Lindsay, I got nothing against Lindsay. I think she's great and she tells stories very good. I don't like the stories she tells, and it's probably because I'm a skeptic to where I listen to them. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure.
I'm not gonna like. This is no like disrespect towards her. I just think Lindsay's great. But I definitely think Dan is the better storyteller. Like he embodies the story more. Where like when he'll actually fucking yell, and he'll like do like the voices, and he'll do all these things, and then like Lindsay reads it very well, but it feels like she's just reading a story. Where it's like, I feel like when Dan is telling them, like I feel like I'm theoretically in around the campfire, and he's fucking sitting there like,
yeah. With him though, it's only because he has a background in that stuff as a stand-up comic and all that, and he
like
did
I said,
time suck for like I want to say 4, maybe 5 years before they started Scared to Death. So he already had like the background in all that. So I kind of expected him to have more of a theatrical take on his stories.
Right,
But,
and I'm not, and like I said, I'm not talking any kind of smack against her. I think she's great, but yeah, I'm also not a big fan. Like they changed the way they're doing episodes. Like they're not recording it anymore, so like you can like
video,
yeah. I love
like
their
it.
audio. The audio's great, but like I actually really liked like watching them like kind of tell the stories and stuff.
I like them not focusing on the video aspect of it because now they add more to the audio part of it. They can focus more on like the sound effects and all that stuff, and that part's really cool. The other thing that I like that they post Bad Magic is his not Scared to Death, Nightmare Fuel. The stories that he
I haven't
writes,
watched them yet.
Yeah, he writes his own like little short horror stories and tells them, and they're pretty fucked. They're good. They're good little scary stories.
Interesting.
And they sound like you're listening to a movie kind of thing. Oh,
interesting.
We did watch Markiplier's Edge of Sleep on Amazon Prime, and it's based off of a podcast that he did years ago. Back when I first started working out here, before you started working with me, it's almost like a movie. Like you're just take the audio part of a movie, like you have it playing in the background, but no visual. And that's what you were listening to. The sound effects, the acting, all that stuff. It was great. It was a really great story. It was kind of freaky and had this twist and stuff in it. It was really good. And they made like a 6-episode TV show based off of that story and put it on Amazon Prime. And it was really well done. It was good. I liked it a lot. Lindsay loved it. She was like, "This is great." I didn't even know that this was a thing.
That's cool. I like that.
But yeah, that's pretty much all we've been doing is work. And then when we come home, we fucking try and watch something scary or spoopy or something, you know.
Same. I've been working, and then hold on, sorry, I felt a yawn coming on.
Oh,
I've been working, and then honestly, in the little free time I've had doing like D&D prep, working, trying to balance a social life, and then I've been watching either ghost stories or not ghost stories, ghost hunting, or playing like a little bit of Minecraft.
Oh yeah, Minecraft is always the way to go, especially with the horror mods. So I've been up since like 12:45 last night. And it's solely because I mentioned this to you before we started recording. We have 2 smoke alarms in our apartment, and one is in our bedroom, right there on the door frame to the room. Right on the other side of the door, about 15 inches away, is another one in the hallway. And last night around 12:45, the one in our room started screeching, just went off, and I didn't know what was going on because I was in a dead sleep. I jumped up out of the bed, and in a fucking panic, I ran out into the living room because Lindsay and Pee Wee passed out on the couch after watching a night full of Gabby's Dollhouse. And I ran out there to check on them to see if they were okay. And everything was fine, but the alarm's still going off. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And Lindsay wakes up and looks at me and goes, what the fuck is that? And I'm all, I don't know. Are you okay? And she's like, yeah, what is that? Is that your phone? And I'm like, no. And then I walk into the room and that thing's going off. So I take it off the wall, I hit the button, and it stopped. And I was like, that's weird that it was going off. Maybe the batteries are dead. I check and I read the instructions on it. It's like, no, it'll do the chirp every 45 seconds. If the battery's low, if the battery is dead, it'll do the chirp and the red light will blink. And it wasn't doing any of that. It's as if it tested or detected smoke or carbon monoxide. But the weird thing is in our place, our HVAC and our water heater are in the hallway. The hallway smoke detector was totally fine. Nothing was wrong with it. Didn't bleep, didn't chirp, nothing. It was totally fine. And then I put that thing back in the wall, and everything was fine the rest of the night. It didn't go off at all. It was really weird. But because it woke me up and kicked that fight or flight thing in and all the adrenaline, I couldn't go back to sleep. And then the times where I did start dozing off, every little noise, if my dog farted in the living room, I'm up. And I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? And it was all fucking night. It was so fucked. And I don't know what kicked it off. Because the door was open. There was ventilation in there. There's nothing in our room that was smoking. The only thing we have in there is our a light.
Nothing except you.
Fine. Oh fuck. Is our Wi-Fi modem and a light. That's it. So I don't know what the fuck caused it to do that, and it was really weird, and it scared the ever-loving shit out of me in the middle of the night.
That sucks.
Yeah. I've been fucking exhausted all day.
Dude, I didn't get much sleep either, just because like with Hunter working night shift now, he's been walking, which I mean I've offered him rides, but Hunter either has too much pride, or he like the first night he wanted to see how long it took him to get to work. But so like I just get like I'm naturally paranoid.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, fuck, dude, like I can't go to sleep until he gets to work, which he doesn't get to work until about like 9:45, 10 o'clock. And when I have to get up at 3 a.m,
Yeah.
like now, just like once he texts me, it's like, okay, now I can start getting ready for bed.
You can start that wind down process
Yeah,
kind of thing.
and by that time, it's already like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And I'm like, fuck, dude, like I got to get up in like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I realized it was pretty bad today when I pounded back an undertow at work, and it did jack shit.
The fuck's an undertow?
So it's going to be like a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of half and half, and then a shot of espresso in a shot glass. And then you pound it back, and you're supposed to take it like a shot because it mixes perfectly together all at the same time. And it's like caffeine, it hits your system like that.
Well, yeah, it's a shot of fucking pure caffeine. I mean,
So
I don't understand what the vanilla and all that's in there for, because if you're
flavor.
shooting it back, yeah, but if you're shooting it back, you're doing it not because it tastes good, but because you're trying to get the process going faster. So what's the point of the fucking...
Some people do drink it for the flavor, like the but regardless, like I knew it was bad when I drank one of those and the caffeine never hit. And then not only that, I'm fucking yawning right now, but I had some friends over earlier today, and I was waiting for them to come over, and I'm sitting on the couch, and I'm like sitting there like,
You just keep dozing off. Yeah.
and then the minute they left, I started dinner, and me and Hunter were like watching TV for like 20-30 minutes because that's about all he had. And I'm sitting there just, and apparently I dozed off for like 20 minutes.
In the middle of making dinner?
Well, I mean, I was sitting on the couch waiting for the rice and shit to be done. But I opened my eyes and I said, hey, is my rice done? He goes, yeah, dog, it's been done for like 20 minutes. I told you that 20 minutes ago. I said, no, you didn't. He goes, yeah. I said, hey, you might want to wake up. Your rice is done. And I said, and you said, okay. And then went right back to sleep. I said, oh, my bad.
Pee-wee will do stuff like that. We'll be laying there, or she'll pass out on the couch while we're watching a movie. She'll wake up and look at us, like sit straight up like the Undertaker, and we're like, the fuck? And we look at her, we're like, you okay, baby? And she goes, yeah. And then lays back down and goes to sleep. We're like, what the fuck was that?
Dude, Hunter does that all the time. Like, today, I was like trying to find my laptop charger because I haven't seen it since he's borrowed it. And so I wake him up and I go, hey, where's my laptop charger? And he goes, huh? And I said, my laptop charger, where is it? He goes, it's in the pantry next to the pasta. I said, what? He goes, with the pasta, if you look to like the right, it's in the gray with the pasta. I said, Dog, my laptop charger's with the pasta? He goes, huh? I said, my laptop charger, my guy.
That was like when you woke him up to help with me modding, updating the mods and everything for Minecraft. You're like, yeah, I went in there and I was like, hey, what does Ty do if he's got to do this and this? Oh, well, he's going to need to uninstall, reinstall, and then and you were like, hey, so you need to uninstall the mods, reinstall them, and then
And then that's the extent of that dude will have like a conversation and like you're like, hey, are you awake? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, you're sure you're awake? Yes, Alex. So I'm awake. Okay, this and this. And you ever have a dream when you just
have you ever
and I'm like, dog, wake the fuck up.
Dude,
It's
nothing's as bad as
insane.
my fucking mother-in-law, man. And don't get me wrong, I love her to death. She's near and dear to my heart. But holy fuck,
Really?
is
Because
she
like backstage, you were just
Shut
telling
up!
me how much. Oh, sorry.
She is pure fucking nightmare fuel when it's bedtime. When everyone's laying down to go to bed, she'll be in the living room laying on the couch because that's where she likes to lay down, and just goes, hey, yeah, Lindsay, we need to go to the store, and when we're at the store, we gotta get this, and we're gonna cook the hamster at 450 with some stuffing.
Not the hamster.
And so and so said hi, and I don't think Steven likes him because his truck is lifted with pink steering wheels. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What a wild story.
And I'm like, Mom. She goes, what? And I'm like, you okay? Yeah. And then just stares at me wide-eyed. And then just goes,
oh my god.
and I'm like,
absolutely not.
Oh!
That's when you start smacking the fuck out of her. Ah!
Pee-wee's liked like when she comes out to visit and stuff, and they both sleep on the couch with their movie nights and everything. Delilah does not like cuddling with her anymore because she scares her with how she talks in her sleep. And I'm like, don't worry, I'm 30 years old and she scares the shit out of me with it. You're not alone, baby.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I know I've been in that boat because, like, my mom, when I lived with my parents, she used to tell me, like, she's like, why didn't you do this? And I'm like, when did you fucking tell me to do this? And she goes, we had a full-blown conversation this morning. I said, at what time, Mom? She goes, 5 o'clock in the morning. I said, I don't even remember you waking me up. So no, we didn't have a full-blown
that conversation. Did
you
not
spoke
happen
with someone else.
that was Patricia.
Patricia!
Have you seen that movie Split?
I
James
fucking
McAvoy?
love that movie. He does such a great job in it.
Oh, that was not me. That was Patricia.
And the fucking little kid.
I ate a full hot dog today. I got two different color socks on. One's red, one's blue.
He did
He's
it
so good in that movie. He's so good.
Dude. He plays those psychotic characters so well.
Yeah, especially
Like,
Mr. Tumnus.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that he's psychotic, but sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Tumnus?
Yeah.
What
Where do you
Mr.
think he got the
Tumnus
fur
do
on
to
his
you?
legs? He killed 7 beavers to make those pants.
He's a satyr.
Oh. Maybe I'm watching the wrong movie. That'd be a great Halloween costume. You just walk around with 7 like taxidermied beavers on your legs. You're like, I'm Mr. Tumnus. No, you just need to go to a hospital. You need to talk to somebody.
They call me Mr. Beaver. Oh, dear God.
I will say I've been on TikTok the past couple days, and just I'm loving this year's like couples and like funny costumes. There was one where a girl was in a fucking wheelchair and she covered.
So it's a great way to start.
Yeah, right. She covered the front of her in green, painted her face brown with brown going down, and then her friend is wheeling her out dressed as an old lady. They're the old lady and her mom from SpongeBob's chocolate episode.
What did they say?
I always remember chocolate, the sweet taste.
I always hated
it. Mom, you're selling chocolate.
What? Chocolates. Oh, I love chocolates, you say? Just sounds like a ghoul. That's one I'm surprised. I haven't seen a lot of, like, because of how big the show was, Fallout like themed costumes this year.
So here, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Fallout released and then it just died.
Yeah, like everyone was talking all about it, loved it.
I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot it came out this year.
Oh, I haven't. I've been
like
geeking
it was
out about
great
it to this
day.
It was
fantastic. I loved every second of it. It was an amazing show. They did an amazing job. Completely forgot it existed.
I think it's just because I'm obsessed with Fallout anything. So
yeah,
I see clips of it and stuff all over like TikTok and Instagram and stuff all the time. Are you doing anything special for Halloween?
I'm going to a Halloween party.
Ooh. You have a costume?
No, sure don't. It was alien themed. I was going to get an alien costume. I really wanted to get one of the inflatable ones where it's like the guy being fucking taken.
Yeah.
Just didn't have the funds and didn't have the time to get it. And then I was talking to one of my friends who I was going with, and they said, I was like, yeah, I just don't have a costume. And she goes, sure you do. And I said, huh? And she goes, do you have a flannel? And I said, yes. And she goes, just be an illegal alien. I was like,
oh my God.
Absolutely not.
Oh my God. I mean, that's a funny play on words, but Jesus Christ.
Right. I was like, first of all, I need way more than a flannel. But
what the fuck? I saw this one. This guy was Miguel Myers, and he was wearing a Michael Myers mask, but had like flannel press jeans on, playing the accordion to Michael Myers music. I was like, yeah, nice. That's great.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, you could do some silly shit. You can get run to Walmart and get some suspenders and like a colorful shirt, or no, just a yellow shirt, and you can be Robin Williams' Mork from Mork and Mindy. He was an alien. I mean, that's gonna go over everyone's head because I highly doubt anyone their age is gonna know that. But
I could just get a little name tag and say, "Hi, I'm not an alien."
I'm loving this low budget effort. It's like watching a B movie.
It's very much very little effort too. It's low budget, low effort. Boom.
Oh, shit. We did Pee-wee's trunk or treat this year for school. They all the teachers and faculty like did their cars all cool and cute and everything, and all the little kids were there. And there was one theme of costume that I saw a lot of at this school, and a lot of like littler girls and everything.
Bluey?
No, they were going as like a mushroom. They were wearing like knitted, like a nice knitted dress or whatever outfit, but they had like a mushroom on their head, and they were just walking around with that. It was adorable, but it was like, what? Is this a new fad I don't know about? Am I that old already? What the fuck?
Well, yes, but that's not.
I'm 30, bitch. You're about to be 30. Go fuck yourself.
But I'm not yet.
All right. You just wait, bitch. I'm texting you the second you turn 30. Welcome to being old bitch. Like when you texted me, hey, happy birthday, man. You old fuck. And I just texted you back. Yeah, coming up next on How's It Feel Being Old? Alex's birthday. No. But yeah, they had so many funny outfits. There was one guy dressed as Dr. Hammond from Jurassic Park, and then his friend was a T-Rex walking around with him.
Nice.
There was one dude handmade a fucking clone trooper commando outfit and it was sick. I was like, this kid's like 10. How did he manage to do this? This is badass. It was really well done. It was really cool.
That's fucking awesome.
Any of you have funny comments or costumes? Put them in the comments. I like seeing these creative ideas. It's my favorite part. One of my favorite parts.
Or
of
if
Halloween.
you know what the fuck the mushroom thing was.
Yeah, if you know what the mushroom fad thing is, let us know, because I'm still at a loss.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know what it would be. I fucking
because it's not like something I saw like, oh, normally it's a trend. I'm on TikTok enough or in Instagram enough to see certain trends going on that kids are taking part in, but I haven't seen anything about that. Maybe it's a show or like a video game or something that I don't know about. Who knows?
What? Oh, it's my water bottle. I was like, what is this like glowy shit that's
Uranium.
going on over here? And
you just got a brick of uranium over there. It's uranium fever.
I know.
Stupid fuck. Yeah.
I mixed Atom Bomb Baby with uranium fever and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So should we get to the spoops?
Yeah. You want to do yours, or do you want me to do a couple of mine first?
You choose.
I'm bad at reading, so let me just rip the Band-Aid off first. I'm not bad at reading like I'm fucking illiterate. I just don't know how to read out loud.
Well, you're also illiterate, so.
You couldn't even say illiterate, so go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that has to do with speaking, not reading, dumb bitch.
Whatever. What's funny too is I don't have two monitors here, so I can't have like the stories on this monitor and then talking into the camera.
Peasant.
So when I click off of our thing here, it's just bright as shit. And everyone's going to be seeing the recording of me. And then it's like this, and this person was like that, and just watching the physical struggle of me trying to read. Today it's so bright.
There's no like dark feature or nothing.
No, not on this article.
Damn, I should have gotten you a better one.
So today I'm gonna tell a couple like scary games like that you can do at home for the holiday. See, yeah, think fast, chuckle fuck. Flashbang.
Jesus.
And then Alex is gonna tell us a scary story and everything. So let's try and rip this Band-Aid off real fast.
Why are they all bright as fuck?
Because they don't expect you to read them in the fucking middle of the night.
Isn't that the fucking point of all this?
No, you learn about it before you do it, not the second you're planning to do it.
Nah, fuck all that. I'm a bad planner, so I'm gonna do it, but right as I'm doing it.
All right. So one of these games that's on here is called the closet game. The
It's
person,
not what you think.
It's not what you think. The person that wrote this article said that I've heard about this one in a YouTube video from Most Amazing Top 10s. I watched that same channel and I've never heard of this. But apparently what you need for this game is a closet, fucking okay, and a match. So you also need something to light the match. A thing that normally comes with matches is the matchbox, and you strike it on the back.
It's too hard.
It's too hard. Too many steps. Fuck the toaster.
Instructions unclear. Got dick stuck in toaster.
Have you ever been reading the instructions for an IKEA shelf? You get so confused that you fuck your boyfriend's dad.
That's what it's like to drive a Ford truck.
That's what it's like to drive a Ford. Built Ford tough.
By the way, this is why me and Ty are not allowed to be alone on an episode because we don't
just
take anything serious.
Stupid as shit.
Hunter's the buffer, believe it or not.
Yes. Surprisingly, yeah. So basically, you step into a closet with the unlit match. Then you say these words: "Show me the light or leave me in darkness." You should hear something whisper to you, probably something along the lines of "surprise, motherfucker." Okay. Wait. That's what it says. Could you imagine? Show me the light or leave me in darkness. Surprise. Motherfucker. I wouldn't be terrified.
No
I'd just piss myself laughing.
Where is the
It's game number 4. When you hear the whisper, you must immediately light the match and step out of the closet. If you light the match in time and didn't get pulled into hell by a closet demon, congratulations, you won the game. Now, as I've stated before, I'm not a big believer in the paranormal and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it's so blatant of a closet demon. Now I've been well versed in certain demonology and religious text and stuff to know that's not a fucking thing. That does not exist unless I miss the 1.2 patch update on demons. That doesn't exist.
The urge to make so many inappropriate jokes that just should not be made.
I've been trying to hold back on them just because I'm like, this is not the time nor the place. Actually, it's the perfect time or place, but we're trying to grow a fan base, not lose it all in one episode. Yeah, so they finish off that game by saying, "Yep, that's it. Oh, and by the way, never open your closet in the dark again, or you risk meeting the demon you invited into your closet." So hold on. Few things with that. You're telling me if I play this game and I win, that piece of shit still in my fucking closet? What the fuck?
Damn, even hell has too high of rent now. They gotta have roommates.
They gotta start living in our closets.
It's fucked up.
The housing market's even affecting hell.
See, my biggest thing about these fucked up games is like I understand some of them theoretically, right? Like the ones that are like, oh, you could get everlasting knowledge or immortal. Yeah. Like if it and not saying it's true, right? But if it was, sure, I could see the argument of why you would want to try it. Yeah. Stuff like this, all you're getting is a demon. Why?
Yeah, and it's not like you win anything. Like you
that's
said.
That's my point.
The worst part about it is, yeah, you may win. You may beat the game.
But now you can't use you
can't use your closet in the middle of the night anymore. Like, and I'm not saying like, oh, hey, I'm always grabbing clothes out of my closet at night. No, that's not what I mean. I just mean like, let's say I'm meeting my wife for dinner and she's on her way back from work and I got to go meet her. I can't grab a shirt. I guess I'm going to fucking Chili's without a shirt on because I don't want to get pulled into hell.
Right.
What the fuck kind of dumb shit is this?
What is the point of that?
It's so stupid. This one's pretty good. It's mind you, I'm scrolling through here and there's a lot of these like little ads that are for other articles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a picture of tinfoil on a doorknob. And it just says, wrap foil around your doorknob when alone. Here's why. By Life Hack Guru. I'm okay. I don't want you to steal my information.
Right.
This next one's called the 11 Mile Game. This is another game to get something you deeply wish for, but just like the Dry Bones game, which I'll touch on here in a bit. The stakes are high. To do this ritual/game, you need a car or a motorcycle. They could have just put a mode of transportation, but basically
Why do I
something
need
you
this?
can basically something you can drive. You'd be extra ballsy to do this while on a motorcycle though, and a strong wish. This person needs to go back to high school and learn how to write a fucking article. Like, Jesus Christ. Let's start with how to find 11-mile road. Keep in mind, this is a one-person game. No friends allowed. To find the road, you need to begin your drive at night. Try to choose a late time where there's little to no other drivers on the road. Find a back road inside some dense woods. It has to be inside the forest, not outside or around it. What?
So hold on, I might have you change sites because I found one that has
loving this though.
the closet game, and so the whole fucking point of this ritual is literally to just summon a demon into your house. It says the aim of the game is to summon a demon into your house. And this one says, instead of like, oh, you'll be turned to hell, it says, if you light it up in time, you are safe from being trapped in darkness, but you have successfully invited a demon to live in your closet. Do not forget to shut the closet door every night before you sleep, unless you want to be stared at. Also, never look inside without a torch. Why is that enticing?
I don't know.
First of all, stop staring at me, dog. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, go beat off somewhere else, man. Get your voyeurism out over there. Leave me alone. I got to get up in a couple hours. You gonna fucking pay the bills? No? Then shut the fuck up and close the door.
What if the demon just said, yeah, like, you know what, here's your rent. Do you let him just stare at you at that point? Like, is that the deal?
For how much rent costs nowadays? You're goddamn right. I'm gonna let him just stay in that fucking closet and stare at me at night. I'll get used to it. But then I'll start creeping him out. I'll just be like doing weird shit
staring
in the bed.
at him.
Yeah, you like this, you sick fuck?
He's just like, no.
I'm just cuddling up with a fucking oven roasted turkey laying in bed with me. And he's like,
not based in the turkey.
No, nothing sexual. I'm just cuddling up next to it. And he's just like, what the fuck?
I'm making it entertaining for both of us. So just start making it weird.
I'm gonna just lay in bed, pretend I'm asleep, and then hold up a cheese grater and some Parmesan and just start grating it on my chest. That'll get that piece of shit to move out pretty quickly.
But then he's not paying your rent.
Yeah, he'll close the door eventually. He's either gonna leave or he's gonna close the door.
I don't want to watch this, man. He closes the door.
Lindsay goes to get in bed. Why is there Parmesan everywhere? Oh, I was trying to get the demon to close the door. What? There's a demon in our closet? Oh yeah. By the way, there's a demon in our closet.
Don't go in there.
Don't go in at night. He'll go.
It's like the guy from Smiling Friends.
Don't do that. I'll punch you. I'll punch you
in the throat. I swear to God.
I warned you. No, that. All right.
But the whole reason I looked that up is I was trying to see what they were whispering. This one just says, you will hear a faint whisper, and when this happens, light up the match.
Oh no, that the whisper it said with the surprise motherfucker was in parentheses. I think they were just trying to make a joke, but
yeah, 100%.
It's not landing.
But I got
it's
curious.
More out of pocket, as the kids would say. This line here: find a back road inside some dense woods. It has to be inside the forest, not outside or around it. I grew up in the woods. I grew up in the redwoods of Northern California. And if you're driving through the woods on just some desolate dirt road in the woods, not around it or outside of it or whatever, you're driving onto someone's driveway and heading into their property. You don't need to fear a demon. You need to fear a fucking hillbilly with a shotgun. There's going to be more to worry about than a demon coming into your car. Once you're inside the woods, begin driving down the desolate roads until your intuition tells you found until your intuition tells you found 11-mile road. Keep your mind and eyes open. You'll know the road when you find it. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't fucking know, man.
Just keep you'll know when you find it. But keep your eyes and ears open so you can find it. Anyway, now that you have found
But you'll only find it when you find it.
Yeah. It's like those fucking infomercials from back in the day when you leave Nick at Night on too long.
You mean the ones that had their volume set to 325%?
The giant horse cock weighs 11 pounds. The fucking what? or those ones that were like, enjoy all of the classics. 'Cause you're my lady of every year.
How can I?
Yeah, fucking Michael Bolton and shit. It's 12:30 at night and you're waking up to fucking power ballads.
For 3 easy payments of $19.99.
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ, Delilah, you scared the shit out of me. Ah! What's going on, love? Can you go in there? I'm recording. That's cool, baby. Can you take it in there? Because I'm recording. I'll be out in a bit. I love you. She scared the shit out of me. I didn't hear the door open. All I hear is, Dada?
Not the closet demon!
No!
How'd you get out?
Get your ass back in there.
I'm not done with you yet.
You can only stare at me, not talk to me. You keep that whore mouth closed.
You sexually abusing a demon?
Yeah, he's a demon. What the fuck?
Whoa!
Oh, now we gotta have demon right. All right, whatever. This is gonna get political, and I don't like that. Now that you've found the road, you can begin driving down it right away, or take a moment to stop the car and collect your thoughts. Fucking thanks for the advice. This is the only time during the drive you can stop the car and or turn back. Choose wisely. If you've chosen to drive down the road, before I go over what you can expect, here's some notes to keep in mind during the drive. Do not listen to music or turn on the radio at all, and do not open your doors or windows. Do not stop the car, especially to investigate anything you might hear or see inside the car or outside. Do not use a phone or any other device. And finally, do not drive faster than 30 miles an hour. This one is mainly a safety hazard for you and your car. If you're hauling ass down this fucking paranormal road, I would haul ass down this road, because anything that gets in front of me is getting fucking
Did it say
wheels.
do not haul ass?
Yeah, do not haul ass. Go 30 miles because it's a safety hazard if you go faster. Fuck that. I'm hitting whatever I hit.
That.
Okay. Now that you've gone over the warnings, here's what to expect once you begun your travels down 11-mile road. First mile, nothing much will happen. It may get cold. You can turn your heat on. If it gets too cold, just keep driving. But I thought I'm not supposed to use any devices. The heating is part of the device of the car.
Yeah, you already had me gone once you said no radio.
Second mile, same as the first mile. Just keep driving. Third mile, you will begin to see movement around you. Don't take your eyes off the road. Ignore all movement. Keep driving. Fourth mile, ignore any voices. 5th mile, if the trees around you seem to start diminishing, you see a lake and or you see the bright glow of the moon, don't stop driving no matter how pretty and random it may seem. Keep driving. 6th mile, the tree will turn and the stars, or the trees will return and the stars will disappear. You're back in the forest. Ignore the flickering of your headlights. Ignore whatever your radio tells you. Do not attempt to turn off the radio. Okay.
But I already turned off my radio.
Yeah, it was never on, so it's the ghosts. Keep ignoring the voices, even if they're coming from your back seat. Don't turn around. Just keep driving. 8 mile.
You better lose yourself.
Shut
in
up.
the moment.
Mom, spaghetti. Do not stop driving no matter what.
What would you do if it just said, eat mom's spaghetti?
If I just had like Eminem's Ghost in the back of my car, I'd be like, all right, I guess I don't need the radio.
Yo, drive me a fat line.
I don't think. Never mind. Do not stop driving no matter what. Even if your flickering headlights make it hard to see in front of you, slow down, but do not stop driving. Don't stop for anything. No exceptions. Keep driving. How many times are you going to tell me to not stop driving?
Hey, don't stop driving.
I fucking guess, man. 9th mile. Your vehicle may stall. Close your eyes if your vehicle stops. Do not open them for any reason until your car starts. Once your car starts, slam on the gas and keep driving. 10th mile. Don't look in your mirrors, not even to look in your back seat. Keep driving. 11th mile. Your vehicle will stall again in front of a red light. Do not look at it. Close your eyes, cover your ears, whatever you have to do. Just don't open your eyes until your vehicle starts again. Ignore the voices. Ignore whatever is grabbing you. Ignore everything no matter what. Once your car restarts, keep driving a little further. Continue driving until you reach the dead end up ahead. Here is where you make a wish. Don't just wish for it. Envision it. Imagine it's with you now. If you wish for something small enough to fit in your pocket, check there. If you wish for something bigger, check your back seat or your trunk. But I thought I wasn't supposed to get out of my car. If you wish for something that isn't material, then go back home and wait. It'll come to you very soon. But this is a price, and is it worth paying for? If you can live with just the major PTSD and whatever else follows you from your journey, then you can live happily with your newly gained wish, or you can gladly go down 11th mile again.
Absolutely the fuck not. Like, the minute we just talked about this last episode, the minute you fucking put like something in my back seat, I'm freaking the fuck out and I'm getting out of the car. And there ain't no goddamn way I'm gonna hear a voice in my backseat and not look.
Yeah,
like I can't.
It's just a knee-jerk reaction at that point.
I'm gonna be looking in my fucking rearview mirror because I'm paranoid as fuck. I'm gonna be looking at the fucking side mirrors because I'm gonna see movement. Like it's not happening, Chief.
It's just human nature.
And I mean, fuck you. The minute I stop at a red light and shit's grabbing me, I'm throwing hands.
Yeah. I'm not gonna just let it happen and ignore it. I'm gonna start fighting back.
I mean, I might let it happen. Depends on where the hands are grabbing me, but I mean,
oh fuck!
I'm just fucking kidding. There ain't no fucking way.
All right, the last one I got is the classic Bloody Mary. And some of you people already know what Bloody Mary is, but for those that don't know, it's become popular amongst young people to do due to shows such as Supernatural and all that good stuff. This is a game that I grew up with.
I grew up with it too.
But you need basically your bathroom, so that way you have a mirror, candles, preferably black, yellow, purple, or white, matches to light or a lighter, whatever you have on hand. The candle colors mentioned are for protection: white and black, soothing fear, increasing awareness and intuition is purple, and to help open the third eye is yellow. If you aren't spiritual, then the candle color isn't important. So use whatever you got. To play Bloody Mary, you turn off the light in the house, all the lights in the house, or at least in the room that you'll be in. So already not as strict as the 11th mile. This ritual is best performed during the late hours of 12 a.m. to 3:03 a.m. It's a really specific end window time.
It's because it's like a mock of the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, but you would think it'd be like 3:33 in the morning, not 3:03.
Well,
I don't want to do it at 3:03 and then have them tell me to start doing the Helen Keller and talk with my hips, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna make the joke. Back, you beat me to it.
All but one of your candles arrange all of the candles around, but one around your mirror and on the other sides of the mirror. Can be in a shrine formation or just as you can see a little.
Dude, is it just me, or did Bloody Mary get like a fuck ton more complicated than what I remember?
I think they're just adding more fluff to it. But
because
yeah.
I remember it used to be you just walk into a fucking dark bathroom, you turn off the lights, and you fucking do it 3 times. Well, that was the fucked part, right? Like everyone had like their own number. Everyone was like, no, it's 66 times, or it's 666, or it's 3 times, or it's 5 times, or it's 7, and it's like, which one is it?
Light all the candles, including the one you're holding. Try to calm yourself. In case you're freaking out already at this point. Once you're grounded and calm, before you even start the ritual, make sure you're grounded and calm. Close your eyes and begin spinning in a circle while chanting Bloody Mary 13 times. Try and visualize an entity as you chant her name. After the 13th chant, open your eyes and face the mirror if you aren't already. You will either see her form in the mirror or only catch a glimpse of a shadowy figure leaving your mirror before she mauls you. So you're telling me that I got a 50-50 chance. I'm either going to see her or I'm going to get fucked up. I didn't know Bloody Mary threw hands. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I guess her hands are rated E for everyone.
That's why I never did it. I got fucking dared in like kindergarten to go do it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And they ended up putting me in the bathroom and locked me in with the lights off. And so I just sat there.
How did they lock you in? The bathroom's locked from the inside.
They held the door.
Oh, okay.
They're like, you got to do it or you're not getting out. And so I fucking sat there.
Cool. You got to be part of the cool kids club.
Steven
over here has done Bloody Mary 18 times already.
I went there.
He's missing an arm.
This is just his eyes clawed out and shit. No, I went there. I went to like the sink to where the mirror was, and I fucking closed my eyes, and I didn't do shit until I heard that door open. And I was like, yeah, I did it, guys. It was so scary.
So scary. Those who have seen her and survived her encounter have described her as a rotting skeletal figure with nothing more than bloody bones, long sharp nails, some rotting flesh, and clumps of matted bloody hair. Some say she's eyeless, and others say she wears the eyes of her past victims. Still, others say she will drag you into the mirror to live with her forever. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. The 11th mile one was interesting, mostly because of all the different aspects of something spooky happening to you. But the other two are just fucking stupid.
You didn't read the one that I actually kind of wanted you to read, which was the Midnight Game. That one.
Oh, you read it then.
Oh
Let's hear
no,
what you
I've got
got.
my own. I got my own story.
Oh, okay. All right. Fuck you too then.
Yeah, because I'm cool like that.
I've done Bloody Mary 34 times already. I'm cool.
I'm with
Don't
Steven.
don't mind me and my prosthetic
This is a
leg.
fake I'm.
Could you imagine you're like in a in one of those like lost limb therapy group sessions and they're like, "Oh, how'd
Someone's
you
like,
lose
yeah,
yours?"
demon
"Oh,
ate my arm.
I got blown up by an IED back in Afghanistan on my third tour." This one's like, "Oh yeah, I caught an infection and lost it. Oh, I fell from a skyscraper and shattered both my legs, blah blah blah." "Well, what about you, Alex?" "Oh, I did Bloody Mary and she took my fucking feet."
And don't tell us the real reason. I've been thinking, because I have ADHD, and this is my thought that came into my head tonight. The most fucked up like way to be oppressed by a demon would probably be in a mental asylum.
Yeah, because no one believes
imagine,
you.
yeah, like you're just surrounded by people that are like lunatics, and like you're sitting there like, no, there's a fucking demon right there, and they're just like, sure, Terry, fucking demons again.
And Terry just looks and it's all on the other side of the prison guard.
And
He's doing it again.
That's so fucked, because no matter how much they medicate you,
you're still gonna see it. I mean,
it's not going
especially
away.
if you've like those cases where like someone, the Amityville dude that killed his whole family and then went to prison. If he just kept seeing demons and shit when he was in prison, that's terrible. Because no one's gonna believe him. They're like, yeah,
Right.
just keep hamming it up. You're already convicted for 25 to life for killing your family, man. You're not getting out of here because of a demon. But he's right there. Ah!
It'd be fucked.
That'd be fucking hilarious to see.
I don't even think it would. I think it'd just be sad.
Well, yeah, but that's all mental institution patients is. It's just sad. I mean, whatever they're afflicted with, it's sad. It's not their fault they're that way. It's just their brain is betraying them.
I had another thought, but I'll leave it to me now.
Oh.
Oh,
Fuck. That's just going to get annoying as shit to the viewers. All right, buddy. What do you got?
All right, so I'm going to tell the story.
Tell it.
Of what I believe was a true encounter that I've had, that, like we've kind of alluded to in these nightmare nights, ended up with me having an attachment for a while. Because I fucked around and found out. So when I lived with my parents, back, like, this was like a couple years after I graduated high school. Me and my friends were like going around the neighborhood, like we'd ride our bikes and shit, and fucking one of my friends was like, hey, I found this storm drain and the grate is open, we should go check it out. And it was like by like old military silos and by a church, and it was like kind of tucked away from the public, so it wasn't accessible like easily, right? Like it was kind of hidden. And so like the first couple times we went there, we didn't really have the right setup to go, because we had heard there was homeless down there. We heard an assortment of things. So like we went back 2 or 3 times with like getting different items each time. And we finally came down with like flashlights, knives, an airsoft gun, like shit you'd think of as like a teenager that you're like, this. I'm packing heat.
I'm fucking strapped, dog. Don't
Right.
worry.
And so we go into it, and the way it was set up was the way we had initially gone in. You go down like a little ladder, about like, I don't know, like 9 rings maybe, and then you go like in, and like there's grates all above you, and then there's just the tunnel to your left. Um, and there's like rocks and shit everywhere until you get into the tunnel. And so we're going in there, we're kind of exploring, looking around, and we just keep hearing like fucked up sounds, like not like, I mean, you hear like running, or not running, like running, oh yeah, no, running water. I heard all of that, and it was like very scary.
My daughter's out in the living room just squealing. Yee!
And so we like, you hear like the running water and the occasional maybe like frog or something. And so
Frogs?
yeah, but we were hearing like footsteps, and it wasn't like footsteps that were coming like in front of us, like way down the tunnel. It would be like literally like 5 feet behind us, and we turn around and there'd be no one there. And so that was when we initially were like, yo, this place might be fucking haunted, because we're teenagers, and that's the first thought we had. It's also worth noting that I was obsessed with ghost hunt or adventures at the time, and ghost hunters. But like, I was like 17 and I wanted to be like Zach Baggins. And this was like during Zach Baggins' like angsty phase where he called ghost bitches and cunts and stuff. And so that friend ended up, he wasn't down to like continue. So I left with him, and we ended up bringing some friends. There were 2 brothers who were skeptics, and then me and my friend who we believed. And so we go down and we decide we're gonna do this like legitly with our fucking Nokia flip phones and our flashlights.
That was legitness.
So we ended up like recording like voice memos basically. And so we tried to do it all official. So we go in and we're like, oh, like, hey, my name is this. We're introducing ourselves and everything. And on the phone, we didn't know at the time. You would have been able to hear me say, hey, can you do anything for us? And then like we're sitting there waiting, like letting it respond, listening, and my friend kind of staggers back and he goes, what the fuck? And we thought he was fucking with us, so we're like giving him shit, and he goes, no, like I feel like something just pushed me. And when we went and listened to the recording, you actually heard a voice say, find me, you're it. And then he supposedly got pushed. So we ended up walking the entire tunnel, which was the first time we ever did, because I was convinced, because I didn't understand how sewers worked at the time, I was convinced there was going to be like 17 tunnels and we were going to get lost. And I had snacks and shit ready because I was like, we might get fucking lost in here. That did not happen. It was a straight shot. With like 2 little tunnels, and those tunnels you weren't walking in. So the other end of the tunnel had what I like to call the Indiana Jones entrance, because you'd have to scale the chain link fence, land on a landing that's about like yay wide, not fall, because it's about a 15 foot 15-foot drop into just pure swamps, which is all the runoff and shit, and you know, people throwing condoms and who knows what else other shit in there.
Just straight hooligan behavior.
Yeah. So once you got onto that landing, you had to basically shimmy over to the side. There was an angled like ramp that was like a little wider that you'd kind of slide down. You'd then drop down about 2 feet onto this like rather large platform, and then there was a chain link fence segment that was like leaned against it that you'd get onto, like shimmy down to the middle of it, and then use the curve in it to propel yourself into the storm drain. So it was like the daring like parkour way of getting in. Um, so anyway, we're walking. We walked the entire thing to make sure no one's in here fucking with us. No one is. So we end up sitting in what we believe to be the middle of the tunnel, which we had no way of knowing if it actually was or not. But so we're asking questions, and we believe we got answers. We believe that they were telling us there was 7 spirits down there. One was a woman. The creepiest one, like answer we got was, we were asking this woman questions, and we were asking how she died, this and that. We got that she was murdered, and then I think I asked, how were you killed? And instead of something over like the phone, because we were like stopping and then like listening and then like kind of basing our questions off that, like you've seen how they do it in like the ghost. But we didn't get an answer over the phone. We got an answer like in real life. And I swear to God, I heard someone like as though they were being held down in the water and like drowning. So that was really creepy. We got some other stuff. They told us that there was something not good in there, and they kept telling us he's coming and that we needed to leave, and we didn't listen. And so we ended up getting creeped out because I think we heard like footsteps coming towards us or something. So we walked all the way back, and in near the beginning of the ladder entrance, there's a little circle that's on the wall that allows a beam of light to kind of go in. And it was just far enough into the tunnel that we could go and get like you if something happened. So like if a hobo showed up and started like trying to touch you or something, like we could go and fight him. But it was just far enough that like you felt truly alone in there and you were like encased in darkness. So we had the bright idea, let's each take turns, go in by ourselves. You can get as close to that light as you want, as you're comfortable with, but do not go past the light so that like we can come get you if we need to. And so one of the skeptic brothers goes in, does his shit. Doesn't really feel like he got anything, but he was like, I can't explain it. It's just really fucking creepy in there. And I'm not talking just because you're in darkness. Like, it feels uncomfortable. My friend who's a believer ends up going, and then I decide to go next. So I got within I'd say about 15 feet of the light, and I'm just sitting there because there's that shitty water there, so you kind of you have your ass planted against one side of the wall, and your feet planted against the other side, so you're not sitting in the water. And I'm asking questions, not really getting anything, and I happen to like look down into the tunnel, and I see in the light what looks like a silhouette of a man. And so I stood up and I fucking like turned my light on. Nothing's there. I turn my light off, silhouette of the man. Turn my light on. I'm doing this a couple times. There's nothing there when the light's on. So like at first I was thinking, was there something stuck in that hole that's like somehow blocking the light? But it didn't look like that. And there was no way in hell I was getting close enough to fucking do that. So I called my friend.
What the fuck's in there? What is
Yo, what the fuck's in this? So I call my friend over, and I had been told, because I read all the ghost books and shit, that you don't tell someone what you're seeing, because if you do that, they're already guaranteed to see that, because like the mind fills
Yeah.
in spaces. And so I just said, hey, do you see anything over there? And I see him do the same thing, kind of puts his light up, and he goes, is that a dude? And I was like, dude, that's what I'm seeing. Like, what the fuck? This and that. And so I'm like trying to talk to it. It's not doing anything. It's just standing there, like watching us essentially. And so I said,
It's just standing down there.
right. And so
Mm.
my first instinct was, well, fuck, dude, I want it to do something. Like I want to have an experience. So I said, what would Zach Baggins do?
Oh my God.
And my first instinct was, he'd call it a bitch. And so I just started yelling all these horrific things. You're a bitch. You're a pussy. Like, come on, fucking do something. I was telling it to bite me, scratch me, do something. Like I way overstepped the line. And this thing took off, fucking barreling towards us. Like I'm talking, I saw like movement in it running, and I feel like I got hit with like a pile of bricks, and I'm now like on my back in this fucking nasty ass water. My friend who's the believer got like pushed against the wall, and we're hearing, like, you can see the water like fucking splashing, and we hear this like like echoing through the fucking tunnel. And so like when I got up, like, my friend helped me up, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like I realized like, oh, I fucked up. And so we ended up going out to like meet back with the skeptics, and we're like, yo, so this thing just happened to us, and they just are pale in the face. And when we're like, hey, like, what happened? What's wrong? They just like, they look down, and at the exit, or like right at the exit of the tunnel, are two bare footprints of water. Like,
Gross. He was running around there with his bare piggies out.
bare piggies, man.
Dude. Fucking dirty tootsins.
So you're thinking, all right, well, you fucked up. Like, that's where the story ends, right? No, I was an idiot. I ended up going back several times, including taking this girl that I had a huge crush on. We connected over like video game, or not video games, like ghost hunting and stuff. And so I was like, hey, I know this haunted place. Like, let me take you. Thinking I'm gonna be like, let's go.
We're gonna fuck next to the ghost.
She shows up to the fucking place, and it's raining, so it's already kind of fucked, because it could flood if it gets bad enough. And she goes, hey, before we go in there, I brought you a present. And my fucking degenerate ass as a teenager is like, yeah.
Just straight monkey mode.
This chick pulls out a fucking Ouija board.
Ooh, nice.
Now, I have a very strict rule of I don't fuck around with Ouija boards. I wasn't even that stupid when I was that young. And so I looked at that and I said, all right, well, this was fun. And I started walking away. And she goes, wait, what are you doing? Like, I want to go in the tunnel. I said, absolutely not. And she goes, why? And I was like, because you have that. And she goes, well, I'll just put it like away. And I was like, you got to go put that in your car with the backpack and anything else that board has touched. I'm not dealing with that at all.
It's not fucking AIDS, dude. Jesus.
I didn't care.
God.
We ended up
You gotta
leaving.
quarantine that board game made by Hasbro.
we ended up leaving
Just because you
hella
got the
early,
Supernatural edition from the hit TV show on the CW, Supernatural, doesn't mean that it's any good.
just because it comes with salt.
Yeah. Stupid.
So we ended up leaving early that day because we heard like something running at us. Now, we did not walk the entire tunnel because of it raining. So like we weren't like trying to go in because the water was like rushing and stuff. So we weren't
You're just climbing up
trying
the
to
ladder.
fucking die.
Push her down. You fight it off. I'm getting out of here.
But no, we were sitting there asking questions, kind of talking and shit, and then we heard like, and so
a raccoon.
I don't give a fuck what it was. I'm not saying that particular instance was a ghost because we had no way of like confirming whether it was or not. But we got the fuck out of there. I can promise you that. And I was a gentleman. I made sure she got out first. That's not important though.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Look, man.
I gotta make sure everyone knows I'm chivalrous.
Look, just because you're married doesn't mean I am.
What the fuck?
So the next time I brought my friend
Jesus
this Russian
fucking Christ, how many times did you go?
too many times.
Why? What the fuck? What?
Because I was stupid, Ty.
Jesus.
There's no easier.
You fucking deserved it then.
I had brought Stephanie there.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
No, 100%.
That many fucking times, you're dumb as shit.
No, I am not like saying that like, oh, I was the victim here. I mean, I was kind of a victim, but like a well-deserved.
You brought this upon yourself. You have brought this foul beast upon your own home.
So the next time we came, I brought this Russian friend that I had made along with the younger brother of the scout. I don't want to give names out.
My God, Delilah, stop! You keep scaring the shit out of me. I say that and all you hear on the other side of the door is she's such a turd.
So I brought the younger skeptic who is now no longer a skeptic and this Russian friend, and we walked the entire tunnel. And I'm staring over at the fucking swamp to see what foul acts of degeneracy was going to come out. Yeah. And my friend,
I like to drink Baileys from a shoe.
What's that, a shoe? The Russian friend kind of like jumps and like yells, and I was like, "Hey, what the fuck's going on?" And he's like, "Dude, I swear to God," he was looking at one of like the manhole things that kind of went up diagonally. He's like, "I swear to God, I saw like a creature up there, like something." He couldn't explain it. Like, so I'm not saying that's what he saw, right? Like, this is all what you want to believe.
You got ghosts, you got fucking wendigos, you got barefooted, stinky feet demons. The fuck does this tunnel not have? Does it have a Wetzel pretzel in it too?
It did, actually. But they only have stale pretzels.
They're not the fresh ones. I knew it. Being in a shithole like that.
But so he gets freaked out. We get freaked out because we're just like by like, group anxiety. So we decide to leave. So we're going back. It's the skeptic, the Russian, and then me in the back. And, we're walking and we hear this fucked up noise. I don't know if it was an animal. Like, I'm not here to say what it was, but it scared the shit out of us. So we ran. The next thing I remember, I have my Russian friend in my face saying, "Hey, I need to get you the fuck out of here." And so and all I remember is my ass being wet. And so he fucking picks me up, throws me over the shoulder, carries my ass out because I was much skinnier back then too. And so we get out, and I'm like, I remember being kind of like in this daze or this like fog. And I said, what the fuck happened? And he goes, we don't know. We heard that sound. We started running. We got to the end. We couldn't find you. And he's like, so I went back in. And you
Bravo
were
6
just
going dark.
He goes, you were just sitting in the fucking water, facing the wall, muttering something I couldn't understand.
Just speaking backwards Latin. At that
Maybe.
point, I'd have been like, you know what?
You can have him.
You stay. I'm gonna go tell your parents that you fucking died in here.
Thanks, bud.
You're welcome. Because at that point, I would end up becoming a believer. I'd be like, huh.
Yeah?
He's never spoke Latin in his life, and now he's doing it, but backwards? There's a bit of a problem here.
Huh. So we go home, and after that, like, I was kind of like, this is getting a little too dangerous. I don't think I want to go back.
Now you decide.
Yeah.
Stupid ass.
So flash forward like a couple months, and some weird shit has started going on in my house. You know, doors are starting to like open and close. You know the double doors. You've been in my old house.
Yeah.
You know the fucking double doors that like any kind of sense sounds like you're just fucking like banging on them.
The back doors or Dad's office doors?
The office doors.
Yeah.
So like my parents' room, their doors are like that as well. And so like when I would be alone in the house and there'd be no shaking or anything, suddenly you just hear that.
Let me out. Let me out.
Yeah, it fucking freaked me out. And so I started running like in the mornings because I was trying to get like back in shape and shit. But I would do it at like 4:00 in the morning because I liked when there was like no one on the streets. It was still cold, kind of foggy.
You had a ghost jogger.
Kind of. I'm getting there. I had like my headphones in. I'd be listening to music, you know, running. And I would run around the park that I live right next to. But my rule was I would never run through the park because there was homeless that stayed there. And so I wasn't trying to like fucking fuck with any hobos. And so I'm running. And now this park was right next to where you go down to get to that tunnel. And so I'm running, and at this point I would be around the back end of the park where I would have my back towards that tunnel, and I'm running, and this car starts like going slowly with me, like trying to get my attention.
They were trying to kidnap you.
Maybe. Fucking. So I take my headphones off, and I'm like, "Can I fucking help you?" And he goes, "Hey man, your friend told me that it's like to wait for you," and I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. And he goes, your friend back there told me that like to wait up for him. I was like, I'm alone out here, man. And he goes, all right, whatever, dude. Like, and he drives off. And so I put my fucking headphones back in. And I'm like,
you didn't think to turn around and be like,
absolutely not, because I was like, there ain't no fucking one up. Stupid. Yeah, I was a stupid teenager, okay, man. I've already accepted this.
Stupid.
But so a couple minutes goes by, I'm jogging for like maybe like 10, 15 feet, and I'm like, what the fuck was that dude talking about? And so I stop and I turn, and in this street light, fucking straight out of a horror movie, there is a silhouette of a man, and it's just sitting there doing this. Waving. Dude, I swear to fucking God, I was out. I ran through the park, and I did not stop until I got home. So what
you're telling me is when I come out and visit, I got to make sure I'm standing outside your fucking window to your room in a black suit and just...
I would be more terrified at the fact that you're standing outside my window since I'm on the second story.
Well, I'd be on the fucking ground. The fuck? I'm just gonna levitate. I'm gonna make sure I unlock all of my chakras so I can levitate.
That's a quick way to get shot, but sure. Go ahead.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I'm armed this time.
Oh my god. You just shoot like a homeless man. This entire time, it's not even a ghost. It's just a homeless guy. What the fuck? Why is Sam and Colby on your fucking screen? What is going on?
The shit out of me.
What happened? What the fuck?
That scared me so fucking
Oh my
bad.
God. We're gonna get copyright struck now.
Oh, that scared me. Anyway,
welcome back to Sam and Colby.
So flash forward, fuck, dude, like maybe a couple years. It would have been right before I moved out to 29 Palms. I'm hanging out with some new friends. We're smoking, getting high, and we start talking about ghosts. And I start telling this story, and this friend of mine who is obsessed with ghosts as well was like, dog, I want to see this tunnel. And I said, absolutely not. And he goes, come on, dude. And so like weeks, I'm talking weeks of convincing, like he keeps bringing it up. And I'm like, fine, dude, I will take you to the tunnel, but I'm not stepping foot inside of it. And he goes, all right, that's fair. Like, sure. Well, we go, they had covered up the ladder way. Like they finally put the grate back on, and that shit weighs like 5,000 or like 500 pounds. So I'm not fucking lifting that shit. So we go to the Indiana Jones way. They took out the gate. So like now you actually have to like trudge through the swamp and then climb up. But
get out me swamp.
people have wanted to go in there apparently because they left like a path of like bigger rocks and shit to be able to walk through. And so they're, climbing up and everything. I'm standing outside it. I already feel uncomfortable.
Well, yeah. I mean, your dumbass fucking went back.
Yeah. And so I was like, I'm not staying out here by myself. So I was like, fuck it. And I just started climbing up. The minute I step foot in this fucking tunnel, I just start puking violently.
Yeah, you deserve that.
And so I walked out. And then that's when I swore I'd never go back. Kind of went back to the area with Stephanie. I never went into the tunnel, but I showed her like the entrance and shit. And I was like, hey, that's where it is.
This is where I was sodomized by a demon and a Russian friend.
And so then we moved out to 29 Palms, and that's when like shit started like happening out in 29 Palms. That like I told you the story where like we got into an argument. She went to the couch and then came back and was like, hey, like, can I come back to bed? Like there was a man in our kitchen. And I was like, what the fuck? And like I went to check the house, and she's like, I don't know, I just saw like a silhouette of a man. And like instantly like that, like my blood ran cold. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, he just was standing there. And I was like, absolutely the fuck not.
You look so precious when you sleep. You smell better when you're asleep.
There was a lot of times that if I had like, you never went to that house. So the way that house was set up is like the kitchen sink was in the front, and then the kitchen like went long ways.
Yeah.
And then there was like the laundry room. Anytime I'd be doing dishes, if I had my back to the rest of the room, it would feel like someone was like, dude, whatever the fuck that was, just scared the shit out of me. I heard you drop or hit something.
It was my watch hitting my desk as I put my arm down. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this story fucks me up, dude. I'm not afraid to admit that. And so anytime I had my back to like the rest of the kitchen, it felt like someone was like you ever had that feeling like someone's about to like attack you or someone's like running at you?
Yeah.
I would get that feeling all the time.
It's the fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of times that I would get that flight or flight out of nowhere. There was one time that I got too high on edibles. And when I went to the bathroom or tried to go to the bathroom, like I saw this one, I'm not saying was real because it could have just been like I was way too high. But like the the fucking thing was standing at the doorway by my front door, and I couldn't go to the bathroom because I was like scared if I went into the hallway, it would like run at me. Um, but then when we moved to like I moved out and moved to Wonder Valley with a coworker. We were out in the middle of fucking nowhere, and like
Yeah,
weird
Wonder
shit was happening out
Valley's
there.
fucking sketchballs, even without paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
It's
And
not a good
then
place.
I moved back. We moved to that new house, the one that Garrett had gone to, and there was a couple times like I saw a silhouette of a man like walking through the house, like when I would come in, because like we had like the bay windows where it's like
Yeah.
that kind of like dome, and there was no blinds on there, so like you could just see into our house. I fucking hated it. I couldn't stand it because I don't like the feeling of someone being able to watch me from the streets and vice versa. I don't like being able to just see into my house.
Yeah.
Um, and so like weird shit like that would happen, and then that's when like a month or two later, you and I started talking, and then that's when Lindsay told you about that thing, and then you came and told me like, hey, Lindsay sees like a darkness behind you.
Penny, shut the fuck up! You stupid bitch! I'll put you in your kennel, you little fuck! I'm for the viewers, I'm yelling at my dog, not my wife or my daughter.
Don't let him lie to you. It's his daughter. But that's when like you were like, hey, yeah, Lindsay sees like this darkness behind you, uh, like, and that's when, and I hadn't told you any of that yet. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, like I really fuck, because like by then I had already done like more research into like the consequences and stuff, and
That was back when when you finally told me about it and I brought it up to you. I was like, yeah, so this happened. Lindsay's just she's into that stuff. So, and you were like, oh my god. I'm like,
I
there's
think you
no
saw
way.
the color
No,
leave
yeah,
my face.
I saw you get pale as shit. And I'm like, there's no way. And then you told me the story, and I'm like, what the fuck? And
Oh,
it was a
dude, it
very
scared the
brief
fuck out of
version
me.
of the story. Unlike tonight. Tonight was the full
Yeah.
chronological order. But yeah, back then when you gave me the cliff notes of it, I was like, ooh,
Oh,
creepy.
dude, it was fucked, and it still fucks with me to this day, because like when I moved back to my parents' house, like shit got worse. Like I remember there was a like I would get I moved into my into Hunter's old bedroom, and he had taken my bedroom when I moved out, and we had like a Jack and Jill bedroom, and the way that bedroom was set up that I was staying in, if I turned over on my side, I had a clear line of vision into the bathroom, and it was
Mm-hmm.
just like a straight line. And at night, fuck it, I did not want to look into that bathroom because it just always seemed darker than the rest of the house. And there's a window in there that leads to the outside, so there's no reason for it to be darker than like
Yeah.
my room that has blinds and everything. Um, and I think the worst one where I finally like was like, all right, I need to get
A
something done about
priest.
this. Yeah, was there was a night that like I fall asleep to like YouTube videos, and I have like a specific playlist like I play, and I remember having this dream of me ghost hunting in this haunted house, and like shit was going off the wall, like fucking mirrors were shaking and flying places. And I remember going into an elevator, going like heading up to go up to like the second floor, and I started going down way farther than I should have been able to, and the doors open to this room that's like, I don't know, 5 feet by 5 feet. And it's just an empty room. But I remember it getting super hot. And so I'm like, and I remember like in the dream, I'm panicking. And
I'm
I'm like,
sorry. You're explaining this, and all I hear in the living room is Lindsay go, "A ghost."
But yeah, so I remember like panicking in the dream, like trying to close the door. And when the elevator doors finally started closing, it closed around something, like as though something was standing there. And that's when I woke up. And like I remember hearing like demons, demons. And I woke up and my phone had switched to playing about a video about demons. And I remember just like, do not look into the bathroom. Like, just don't. Like, there was a voice telling me that. And I realized after I couldn't move.
Oh,
And
you were in sleep paralysis.
yeah,
Nice.
but it felt like something was like on top of me. And
Yeah.
all I kept hearing was like, do not open your eyes. Just don't open your eyes. And so I was so scared that for the first time in like 7 years, because I'm a shitty Christian, I prayed. And I prayed so hard and so fast.
So hard.
And I was just like, please, God, just take whatever is on top of me away. And I remember feeling it leave. And that's when I went to my friend who's like a witch and like she's a practicing witch and shit. And well, I knew she'd have the shit that I needed.
You got your amethyst crystal and your fucking
absolutely not. But I
Newt.
do believe in like saging bad energy away.
Yeah, that I've seen with just being friends with a lot of Hispanic people that I've been friends with growing up. That's just that I've just come to expect at this point, pretty much at anyone's house, just because I've seen it so frequently that even if you are into the paranormal or spiritual or anything, I still see people that aren't into that shit saging their house just because.
And so I ended up talking to them and I was like, look, I just can't do this anymore. Like, can you sage me? Like, I need to fucking get rid of whatever the fuck this is.
And you just felt it come out of your butthole.
Sound good. No, and then so they saged me, and luckily I've been.
Except for what's behind you right now.
Don't do that.
It's just Hunter in a Scooby-Doo outfit. Like
I would be fucking petrified since Hunter's at work.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a freaky story, but viewers, was that a true scary story or an absolute hoax?
You decide.
Judge. No, I like it. I like the story. There are definitely some creepy ass parts in it.
And like, here's the thing. Like, I'm not delusional enough to know that like some people won't believe it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, even you, I don't care if you believe it or not. I believe it.
I'm only skeptical of it because of the whole paranormal thing. But I mean, even if you were in that tunnel and you heard something running at you and it wasn't paranormal, it was just a guy running at you, that's still scary as fuck. Yeah. Whether it's a ghost or a person, it's still scary as fuck. So I don't blame you on that.
I think the only thing that like, you make jokes and everything about it, but I think the only thing that makes it kind of real for you too is the fact that like,
the whole Lindsay.
You saw the color leave my face when you said that.
I will say that not ever telling us anything about it. We just became friends. Lindsay just making this off topic comment to me about it. And then I bring it up to you. And then just you almost shit your pants in front of me. And I'm like, huh. Something's not adding up here.
So that's why, like, I still want to go ghost hunting. I still want to go to like haunted locations and shit. But I definitely am a lot like. Unfortunately, that had to happen to learn that respect towards the shit that you fuck with. like the fact that I was so aggressive with it and so fucking just like, fuck you, like this and that, like, my bad. Won't happen
You just
again.
walk up to the ghost. My bad, dog. My bad.
Dap him up.
Just, hey, we good? We good? You gonna leave me the fuck alone? Yeah? You gonna get the fuck out of my closet?
Not the closet demon.
The closet demon's my favorite thing we've talked about all night. I love it. It's
Ty's about
dumbest...
to go get off and go play that game right now.
I'm gonna go in there, get the demon to be in my closet, and then make him stay in there, and I'm gonna get off looking at him while he's looking at me.
Nice. And I look at him,
and he looks at me.
and I look at him, and he looks at me.
He's just like, please, just let me
just
go back
let
home.
Me go.
No, I like paranormal stuff. I love scary stories. I love hearing about people's like experiences, encounters, and stuff like that.
What cracks me up is you shit post and all that about it, but I know it's just because you're so fucking terrified of it being real.
Oh, if it's real, yeah, I won't know what to do with myself.
And that's what I love about like Dan Cummins and Lindsay when they do Scared to Death.
Yeah,
is like they always say
it only takes one
of them is real.
If one of these things is real and true, all of it is.
Right.
And that's freaky as fuck.
But that's also why, like, I don't understand, like, people that are like, oh, yeah, I believe in God, but, like, I don't believe in demons and shit. And it's like, how do you believe in one without the other?
Yeah, you gotta. You can't.
You have to have both.
Without the other.
You cannot just be like,
you don't.
No,
you don't
God
need
exists.
to like praise them or be like, oh
no,
my god,
by
demons
all means,
and
please
this and
don't
that.
be.
But you need to acknowledge the fact that they exist if you believe in one of the. If you believe in a higher power kind of thing like that in a organized religion thing. So it's just the yin to the yang. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
But
what were you gonna ask though?
I don't fucking know. I'm running on fucking fumes right now. I'm surprised my eyes are even open.
Same. Should we call it here then, my friend?
For sure.
All right. Question of the day. What is have you ever had anything happen? Yeah, have you ever had anything happen?
What is your firsthand experience, and what would you do if you had a closet demon? No. I'd fuck it. No.
Please don't fuck your closet demons. They matter.
Closet demon lives matter. So stupid.
Let us know what your scariest story is. If you've ever had an encounter, I love reading about people's encounters.
Hell, let us know your a scary game that you play that we didn't talk about today. I mean, I'm always interested to read about those.
Let us know if you've ever tried any of these and if they worked.
Yeah, because I'd love to see if this actually works.
But I want proof that it worked.
Yeah, if you got mauled by Bloody Mary, I want to see a missing limb.
I want to see a selfie with your closet demon.
They're just like, and all there is red eyes just...
I think I'd shit my pants. Please don't post something like that. I'd be like, no.
Hunter just takes a selfie in your closet with like a fake demon.
God. I would fucking leave so fast.
Dude, you'd be so easy to fuck with when it came to shit like this.
100%. 100%. I'm not even ashamed to admit it. Fuck
the
yeah,
worst
dude.
part is I would take advantage of that, like start fucking with you and doing pranks and stuff, and then now I got a demon attached to me. Great. Great. Fucking awesome.
Just the karma of it. It just fucking gets attached and you're like, well.
This backfired extremely. Oh, fuck. Alrighty, well, I hope you guys had a great Halloween. We hope you enjoyed this episode.
Enjoy
Give us a
your
like and a
spooky
follow.
dookie.
Enjoy the spooky dookie, the last one of this year. And
What are we gonna
we'll
do for like Christmas? Christmas is coming up. Should we do
we're
something
gonna
like
dress up
festive
as
for-
elves and decorate, and
I'm gonna hide in different places in my room, and you gotta find me.
you have to wear clothes.
Who said?
You're just in your door behind you, but it's just your ass peeking out. Like, Alex, stop! We found the elf, even though he's 6 foot fucking 10.
I just have the elf from Elf on a Shelf, like squeezed between my butt cheeks. Always being naughty.
No.
Let us know what we should do for Christmas too.
Yeah, give us some suggestions. We'll definitely
try to come up with like a funny name. I'm trying to come up with a funny poo name for
Why are
like
we involved
Christmas.
poop so much? Why are we like this, man?
You said the thing.
Said the thing. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, bye guys.